All right, in this video, we're going to analyze the evidence in body paragraph 2. So please scroll down to body paragraph 2, where we're looking at if the revolution was more beneficial or more harmful to the people. So we are going to look at analysis here, and notice that the questions here are different than the questions you got in body paragraph 1. Here, we're looking more into how did the revolution positively or negatively affect the society, government, or economy. So I have an example here that I'm going to go through with you. In this paragraph, the model one, I am arguing that even though the French Revolution gave democracy and equal rights to people, however, it led to more harm because it spread fear, chaos, and denied people their basic rights. So these are what I'm arguing more negatively. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to analyze this negative evidence. Here, I'm talking about the Reign of Terror because the letter that I got from is from a peasant girl who's writing to the revolutionaries about how they have denied her her basic freedoms and rights. This is happening towards the end of the revolution. She states, "I was forced to wait in line to get something to eat. Here on the spot, I was arrested, brought to the police station, then silenced and dragged off to prison. I can give you only the slightest idea of the horrors of the terrible prisons. Prisoners fought each other with knives. Day and night, I lived in fear." So the first thing I would do is I would try to explain it, what the peasant girl is saying. What the peasant girl is saying in this quote is that she not only was denied her right, her fair right to wait in line and get bread, but she was also illegally arrested and put to jail for no reason. Also, she is describing the difficult conditions in the French prisons. What else is she saying? And she's saying how she was afraid and the fear she experienced there. So this is basically what she's saying, how she was denied her freedom and she was put in a really difficult place. Now we're going to break it down. In breaking it down, remember, we choose a word usually here and try to break it down to see how that word or that idea led to more harm to France eventually, or brought more bad than good. So let's practice doing that. The word or words that stand out to me are arrested and silenced and dragged off. These are powerful words. They show how someone doesn't have any rights, even though the revolutionaries were fighting against these things. They were fighting for free speech. So I'm going to use these words right here. I'm going to just put the quotes, arrested. I'm also going to put silenced. Dragged. These are all three powerful words that show oppression. What do these things lead to? These things lead to people not having a voice or freedom. What does that lead to? Anger. People are going to get angry. They are going to feel oppressed. And what have we seen before when people are angry and oppressed? They can revolt again. And this could also cause war, chaos. And of course, all these things are going to lead to more harm to France than more good. And also, this is what we were fighting for in the first place. So how can I break it down in words now? Well, I have some sentence starters I could look at. So if I click here on analysis, I can go look at the sentence starters on the bottom. I would scroll down to body paragraph 2. And I can choose one of these. I'm going to use this one. Okay, or I might not use any of these. These are just sentence starters. So let's see what I'm going to use. This evidence shows that the peasant girl was denied her basic rights. when she says she was arrested, silenced, or I can put ... dragged, she shows how she was being denied her right to free speech and right to remain innocent until proven guilty. As a result, this can lead to, actually that doesn't make much sense, so I'm going to say, since similar things happened to many people during the Reign of Terror, this led to many people not having a voice, which further, now we can say this part, angered them and continued the oppression they used to feel before the revolution. Therefore, this evidence shows how the revolution did not change anything because people were still being denied their rights. So here, we basically combined all these things together into one paragraph. So we also talked about why this is important, because this evidence is significant, because it shows how the revolution did not change anything. We can also talk about the long versus short-term effects here. We can say, however, even though in the long run, France got democracy, in the short run, the citizens lived in chaos and fear. Okay? So finally, let's tie it back to the claim. What's our claim? Our claim is that the revolution led to more harm than good. So we kind of said it here. We can say it one more time. This evidence proves that the revolution caused more harm than good because thousands of lives were lost. People lost their basic rights, and chaos spread everywhere. Okay, and now we tied it back to our claim. So this is a basic way of how you can do analysis. And if you need more help, look at the sentence starters and the examples that are right over here as well as here. All right, get started.